Hello and welcome to my channel. The three options for this pick a card reading are forgiveness, reducing burden, death, the eternal cycle begins here, and winter, the sacredness of pausing. I'm going to begin now with option 1. Hello, option 1. You chose forgiveness. Your initial cards are the Queen of Wands, the Star, and the Eight of Pentacles. You're feeling very hopeful about something that you're working on, but also very anxious. Let's see some additional cards to try and figure out what this anxiety is about. Six of Cups. And forgiveness. I feel anxiety about being forgiven for something in the past, or for something that you're planning to do now, with the Two of Wands. Also got the Page of Wands. It looks as though you're about to announce something, and you're hoping it will be well received in spite of something in the past, or in spite of how this will affect people in the present. I'm not sensing any kind of malice from you, though. This seems more like, will people accept this? Will people accept me? That sort of thing. Sorry if the cards seem to have moved. I had a little furry visitor. My little gray cat Blue decided to jump right into the middle of the table. Now back to the reading. Okay, I'm going to pull some additional cards. Try and get a better idea of what's going on here. I just got the Page of Wands again, and the Ten of Wands. Well, whatever it is that you need to say, you need to go ahead and say it, or you're going to continue to feel burdened by not saying it. You need to go ahead and express what it is you're passionate about and what you're going to do. And in some cases, who you're passionate about. If you don't, it's just going to continue to weigh on you until you do. You just got to go for it. win or lose, because if you don't try, you'll always regret it. Because you'll always wonder, what if you don't. I hope this helped. I'm going to move on to option 2. Hello, option 2. You chose the Death card. Your initial cards with that are the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. It looks to me that you're inspired to take some sort of action that will create a drastic change, one that there's no going back from. And so you're feeling a little stuck, hesitant. You're looking at what you currently have and what you could potentially lose. Looking at all the work that you've put in so far and the things that you've already done. And you're wondering if you really want to take this leap. The Death card indicates that a new cycle has already begun. And the Ace of Swords is also about new beginnings. The Seven of Pentacles is about looking back. And this reminds me of another tarot reader, Moon Moth Goddess. Her husband likes to tell her not to look back because you're not going that way. The only option you have in life is to continue to go forward. No matter how much you would like to keep things as they are or go back to the past. Okay, let's get some additional cards. Okay, we've got the Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Temperance, the Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Six of Swords. You know, as you move forward, there's going to be a lot coming at you, and it may be hard to handle. But you can do this. You can, if you use common sense, balance things out so that you get a positive outcome. You're afraid that this is going to cause heartbreak and issues for you. But the best thing you can do is stand up and be courageous and take charge of your life. And take charge of the situation. And eventually it'll start to smooth out and get better for you. Over time, you will move away from the turbulence that you've had to deal with in the past and move toward a better, more peaceful future for yourself. Best of luck to you as you're navigating these changes. I'm going to move on to option 3. Hello, option 3, and welcome to your reading. I will say before I begin that if you're one of the sweetest people in the world, very giving, this reading is not for you. This reading is for people who have come to certain realizations about their behavior and how it might need to change in the future. The people of option 3 chose winter, the sacredness of pausing, and the additional cards are the King of Wands, the Knave of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting a rather negative energy from this particular King of Wands. And the Knave of Pentacles tends to be an immature energy, and the negative side of the King of Wands is selfishness. In the Ace of Pentacles, I see an opportunity to do better and be a more noble version of oneself. Let's get some additional cards to see more about the situation. I have the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Fool. This is a situation where you've been juggling multiple people, or you've been going back and forth with one person in particular, or both. Situation could apply. And you've known this wasn't good for quite a while, but you've been dragging it out because you didn't want to make that final end for whatever reason. And you know now that it's time to end this and walk away from whatever relationship or relationships you have been in, because it's just not working for you or for them. You've been avoiding this because you know it's going to hurt. Either them, you, or both. But you know it's time to finally walk away, for good this time. Because if you don't, you will miss out on the opportunities you have in the future. And so you're taking time to pause and see how best to do this. You're still hesitating, though. You need to go ahead and let go. You need to figure out the best way to cut yourself loose from the situation and to help them to move on as well. It's not fair to them or you or to whoever you're supposed to be with going in the future if you continue to remain in this kind of situation. You know it's time to go, and that you would be foolish to keep running back to the same situation that you've been running back to. It's time to let that go and move into a better version of yourself so that you can move into a better future for yourself. And in order to do that, you have to let go of all these old attachments and toxic cycles that you've been in. And I think that's all for this reading. And I hope to see you in future readings. Goodbye for now.